Hello, and this is Jen Steed, and I was just wanting to share a flip through of my second completed bullet journal. I actually started it. This is a Martha Stewart, it's actually a very large notebook. It's from the Martha Stewart Home and Office Collection by Avery. I got it on clearance at Staples several years ago. And it's quite large. It's about the same size as an Erin Condren, except it's a hardbound lined journal. And I decided to turn it into a bullet journal. I started it in 2005, and then I kind of let it be and decided to switch to the Erin Condren. And I used it for quite a lot of years, and I picked a new planner, I'd say about every 6 months for the last several years. And then I decided to switch to a daily because I had just so much going on that I needed a daily, but I really wanted to have a week at a glance and a place for notes and projects and things. So I just kind of went back to a bullet journal. So this is what it looked like in 2015. I was doing my paycheck, my banking in my bullet journal. I was tracking some walking records. I had calendars. This is kind of what my appointments looked like. At one point I was reviewing the 7-minute life planner, which was kind of made for salespeople. And I liked the format so much that I kind of took a few pieces out of it and put them into here, which, as you can see, I really wasn't doing a great job tracking, because it was right about this time that I stopped blogging and I stopped hanging out on social media for the blog, and I stopped reviewing things, and I quit writing guest posts, and so my workload really quite substantially dropped. And so the things that I was working on started to tail off because of health reasons. Looking back, I'm pretty sure I was having some adrenal fatigue starting to set in, having, 3 kids and working and blogging and working and homeschooling and all the things, and it was too much. And so it was at that point that I started to really seriously scale back. And so you notice I don't even have blogging on here. I had stopped. I put sticky notes over all my paycheck stuff, even though it's several years old. It's really not information we're comfortable sharing at the moment. I did some habits. I was working on routines. And then I started into 2017, and I made this cover page. And I started out making some pretty stuff. So I made house project pages, and I made pages for routines and weekly cleaning routines. And I use this every week when I was doing my cleaning. The zone cleaning list, I did the same thing. I use this quite frequently. The last time I did different cleaning jobs, I was taking a weekly review class. We tried to do some chore charts, and that didn't work too well. So they're just not big enough to be able to do it without me having to literally hold their hand. I was doing weigh-ins for the kids because I have one child in particular who, she's really small, and I wanted to make sure she wasn't losing weight, but I also didn't want to single her out and make her feel weird. So I just started weighing everybody at the beginning of the month. I tracked my cycles. I was figuring out my intervals for the school year. I took an interval intensive class in the fall to kind of remember how it worked, because I'd kind of fallen off the wagon. Time budget, my notes for class, doing a brain dump. I made a fall menu plan. I really quite like that. I did the same thing for winter in my new bullet journal. I started tracking my washi tapes just because it was pretty, and I always forget I have it because it's not in my drawer with the rest of it. My interval plan, some different weekly layouts. I was trying all sorts of different things. I had some notes pages, packing lists. Decided to throw my monthly calendar in, since I was using my simplified planner calendar to track bills and things, but I wanted a monthly calendar for appointments, so I started adding that to my bullet journal. This was schoolwork we did while we were on vacation in Florida, some packing lists and other lists, and thinking about what I wanted for a Christmas planner, some ideas for what I wanted my planner to look like going forward. I really liked how this page turned out. I missed that from my happy planner, and so I added that. I tried a habit tracker, and that looks pretty, and I love how the lettering turned out, but obviously I didn't use it. I bought a printable kit and put that in and drew my chart. I kept it pretty simple. I really like how my Thanksgiving planner turned out. I basically wrote out my menu and made my grocery list, and then I wrote out every single recipe that I used and the order in which I thought I would make them, so that all my recipes were in one spot. I had a Black Friday, Cyber Monday list with coupon codes and a Christmas countdown. I added a big picture Advent Christmas, my interval plan for the Christmas interval, you know, a yes, no, maybe list, gift priorities and shopping times, stuff we needed for stockings, gifts I wanted for everybody else, gifts for the kids, and abbreviated greatly in case they found them because they can read. I didn't end up using this or this. Advent was just a really crazy season, and I was not ready for it. This actually came kind of late in the Christmas season, and we had fun with that. We didn't watch all of them. We didn't get to Home Alone. I don't remember if we did a Christmas Story. No, we did do a Christmas Story. I guess we did watch all those. This was for some gifts I made this year. A holiday brain dump for kind of the Christmas season. My holiday menu. Gifts that we received that I had to write thank you notes for. I was doing some header stuff, more header ideas and examples. This was schoolwork we needed to do in Florida. This was our meal plan while we were in Florida. Another to-do list, I kind of messed that up so it looks a little wonky. It didn't turn out exactly how I was trying to make it turn out. I added this from the Brilliant Life Planner, which was a daily planner, and then it had a weekly review in the front and the back, and I really liked this, so I started adding it to my weekly spreads. And sometimes I did it, and sometimes I didn't. I added this from Thanksgiving. This was my Thanksgiving week spread. Obviously I didn't use it here. That was our Christmas week. I kind of tried something new. December. This was a fertility tracker that I finally decided to do, where I was doing energy and moods and all sorts of things, and I really like how that worked out. Winter meal plan. I was reading A Simplified Life, and I got through the first chapter, and I was answering her questions and taking notes in my bullet journal instead of in the book itself. And I actually transferred this information to my new bullet journal because I did like a quick go through, but I want to go again more ruthlessly this spring because I only did part of it. This was one of the weeks after Christmas that was kind of low. I decided that I really liked having a weekly format, and especially with the holidays I wasn't doing much, so I decided to give another vertical a try and using sticker kits like I used to, because I still had a bunch, and I really liked how this one turned out. This one I liked it a little less. It's okay, but it's busier than I like it to be. This was a sticker nightmare for me. Like the instant I did this, I was like, oh, I hate that. Why did I do that? That was a waste of a good kit. And then the kids bought me some washi for Christmas, and I had plans to do like a 2017 review kind of thing, and I sent that making toast. And I did have some pages left, but I wanted to start a new journal in January because I was going to start doing I was going to start using the bullet journal in earnest and get rid of my simplified daily. So this was things I wanted to say what worked, things I didn't like, stuff I wanted to try for my next bullet journal, stuff I needed to migrate in that I reference all the time, and then this was just all the stuff included with the notebook. So I really do like having a bullet journal, and I like being able to make things I like and take stuff out that I don't like and change stuff up and go from weekly and then try vertical and try a horizontal and track stuff and have lists, and I really like having all that in the same spot. So that's my planner piece, because I can make it what I want it, and I like the idea of having things bound. It makes me happy to have it, you know, it needs to be bound somehow, and I don't really care whether it's coils or whether it is in book form, although this was quite nice. So it's got a nice sturdy hard cover, and it's kind of like a pebbled leather there, or fake leather. So I do like that. I have a Happy Planner, a teacher planner, uses the disc system. I am just not a fan of how the pages turn, and so the idea that you can do things and pull stuff in and take stuff out is interesting, but I just really need to have stuff bound, and so it is worth it to me to have to recreate stuff or rewrite things or cross things out to make it happen. So anyway, that is how I used a bullet journal from 2015, and then a big hiatus, and then towards the end of 2017, as I was preparing to go into a bullet journal as my single planner. So I hope this was useful and gave you an idea of, you know, what a planner looks like in the wild, and, you know, how it can be as simple or as complicated as you want. And this is kind of a real, not super fancy version, and I just wanted to share my opinion on that, because Instagram and YouTube is full of beautiful planner videos, and sometimes you just want to see a real life kind of a messy thing, or at least I do. So I hope this helped, and if it did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know those in the comments. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!